bookmarks. Thank you for that. Hello. So you guys know what, you've heard of ChatGPT, right? You know that tool writes things for you. But we have to be careful. We have to cover our tracks when we use this. Like I have a friend who's an English teacher, and I asked her, do any of your students use this? And she's like, yes, it is so obvious. I'm like, how can you tell? And she's like, well, one of the students' papers started in the book by insert author name here. I mean, I don't get why people, can't proofread. Like, it's not that hard. But so anyway, I just wanted to say I'm really excited to talk to you all at Insert Comedy Club name here to discuss insert label experience. No, I am really happy to talk to you all. I didn't think I would be the type of person to do stand-up because I used to have a lot of anxiety. But my best friend, she's helped me get through all of it. I think she deserves a shout out. Her name is Lexa Pro. So any of you know her cousin Xanax? Anyone? Yeah, my dad, he has a good, okay, good. My dad has a good method for dealing with anxiety too. It's known as get over it. Yeah. Daddy issues. Yeah. Tragedy. Yeah, so what do you do when you have a boyfriend but a guy asks you out? Well, it depends how hot the guy is, obviously. No, you tell him you're taken. But, I mean, I don't know. I feel like some guys, they do get a bit offended when, they hit on you and they find out, you're taken. Like, some guys, they're just like, all I did was ask if you have a boyfriend and you're telling me you have a boyfriend? Like, the nerve. I feel like one of my guy friends has a crush on me, but I'm not quite sure, and I don't know how to tell him I have a boyfriend because it's never come up. Like, what if he asks me to hang out? Is it as a date or a friend? What if he asks to get married? Is it as a life partner or a friend? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think what I will do is I will wait once we've had our third kid, and then I will say, okay, look, I have a boyfriend. Yes, wish me luck on that.
Yes.
Anyway, just dating stuff, work stuff now. I volunteered recently for a kindergarten classroom, and the teacher, she went around and she was asking all the students, she's like, can we all make animal noises? So like, she would be like, Chloe, what sound does the cat make? And Chloe would go, and
that was so cute.
thank you. And then she'd be like, Justin, what sound does the dog make? And he'd go, woof. Not as cute as this, but and then she asked me, Danielle, what is an animal you can think of and you make the noise that the animal makes? I was like, yeah, sure. The gecko says we can save you 15% more. So she asked me, I like kids. I do like kids. Babies, they're cute. But there is this baby that lives in the apartment next to me, and this baby is so loud when it cries. Like, why is the baby crying? I mean, I don't cry that much. I should. Anxiety. No, the baby cries a lot. Like, what, did the baby lose money in the stock market? Did the baby lose its job? Is it having a beginning of life crisis? I don't think so. I mean, are the parents even home? Doesn't seem like they are. I mean, if that was my kid, I wouldn't be home either. No, I'm kidding. I like kids. But, I mean, when I was a newborn, when I was just born, my mom said I didn't cry at all. She's like, no, you didn't cry, actually. You came out of the womb. In fact, you had a lighter and a cigarette, and you said, oh, what are you all looking at? What are you doing in my dressing room? I'm so glad I was never a teen mom. I mean, not that I did anything to risk pregnancy. No, my Club Penguin characters got more action than I did. Yeah, but, my friends, they're getting married, they're having kids. And they just ask me, they're like, when are you gonna get married? When are you gonna have kids? So much, they keep asking. And you know, I might just do it by accident. I might just like adopt a kid by accident. I don't know. I might just do it by accident. Yeah. The kind of kids that I want though are kittens. I love cats. Yeah. You know, I am so grateful whoever invented cats. Like, thank you. No, my cat, he's emotionally unavailable. You know, if I was with a guy and he was emotionally unavailable, I'd be like, see ya. But my cat, I'm just like, why won't you love me? He still doesn't love me. But I wanted to get, thank you. I wanted to get another cat to give it a great life. So I went to an animal shelter, and the volunteers were telling me that all their cats remind them of someone famous. The first cat they took me to was this blonde cat with these big pouty lips, and they said, this is our cat, Jennifer Coolidge. And I was just trying to imagine what this cat could sound like if she could talk. Probably like, oh gosh, I want fancy feast real bad. Why do my humans have a cage? Oh no, it's the Benton trap. They're trying to spay me. The next cat they took me to was this light brown, blondish looking cat that they named Leonardo DiCaprio. And I was like, why did you name him that? And they're like, oh, well, because he only goes out with the kittens. I didn't go home with a cat that day. My cats, actually before I continue with my cats, I do love dogs too. Don't get me wrong, I love dogs. You know the videos of the dogs when they're reuniting with their owner who's been in like the Marines, and they're just like, oh my gosh, I miss you. It's been 10 years. Oh, I love you. But there's a reason you've never seen a video like that with a cat and their owner. So say someone comes back from being in the army for 10 years, they finally reunite with their cat. The cat looks at them and goes, when did you leave? Yeah. Why do I love them? But yeah, no, my cats, they do something, all cats do, that's kind of creepy. They just stare like intensely in the distance, like they're looking at a ghost, right? I mean, I believe in ghosts. And I was actually watching some ghost movies, and I noticed something. Why are all of the ghosts from like the 1600s, like, where are the Gen Z ghosts? I mean, there's plenty floating around from doing the Tide Pod Challenge. There you go. No, it's alright. And I mean, also, they're probably just too scared to haunt you because you give them anxiety. Like, oh, Xander the friendly ghost is gonna haunt me today. He's trying to set some boundaries.
Not the boundaries.
Yeah. And, you know, the way that the ghosts died, the first two, like a 1600s ghost would have died for being accused of witchcraft, but the Gen Z ghost would have died because the vibes were off. And, you know, there's always that scary song that's like accompanied with the ghost, like for the traditional ones, it's like, na na na. But then a Gen Z ghost haunting song would just be an upbeat Y2K pop song. Like, hit me baby one more time. And then finally, how do you get rid of the ghost? Well, the traditional ghost you would get rid of by performing an exorcism, but then the Gen Z ghost wouldn't disappear until they ghosted you. Finally, just to end on this, do you guys like Disney movies? Yeah, oh, this is too short for me. Well, I like Disney movies too. I just wish they were a little bit more relatable. Like, you know, they're singing about love all the time. Like, I just need something to ground them into reality. Like, if I had Ariel from The Little Mermaid on my podcast, it would probably go like this. She'd be like, look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Oh, well, in our world, Ariel, you would be called a hoarder. Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? All right, spoiled Nepo baby.
Yeah.
Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Oh, you mean up where their alarm goes off at 4:30 in the morning to make it to the bus, to barely make it to the train, to work from 9 to 5 and repeat the whole process all over again for the rest of their miserable lives? Is that the world you want to be a part of, Ariel? Maybe not part of that world. All right, my name's Danielle. Thank you so much for being here. Danielle!